Hello, hello, hello. Evidently, I forgot to set up this live stream. Oh my gosh. This has been an interesting week, y'all. I'm excited to talk about it. But today we're doing what we always do. So let's start with our introduction. Welcome. Welcome, sisters. How are you? So happy that you could join today. If you are joining me live, welcome. Please say hello in the chat. If you are joining me on the replay, take a second and say hello in the comments. I would love to know that you are here and speak back to you. I am grateful that you took a second to join me today. Here's what we do every Friday here on Freedom Fridays. We, as a community of Black women, come together to really prioritize rest and fun because we are tired of being strong Black women. And we're ready to create a soft life. And that starts with prioritizing rest and fun. That starts with joining a community of other Black women who are helping us hold each other accountable to letting go of this tension that we've internalized that says that we have to be on all the time, that we have to work 10 times harder. We're letting all of that go. And instead, we're celebrating our wins. We are looking for more rest and fun things to do every week, and we're scheduling them in our calendar, and then we're winding down for the weekend. So that is what we are going to do here today. And I'm so glad that you took a second to join us here. Let me put on my do not disturb so stuff stops dinging me so I could be fully present in you. How about that? That's what I'm trying to do. So, welcome, 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 welcome. So glad that you are here today. Hey, Tracy, look. Tracy said, I'm finally on time. Good morning, Rashadad and fellow freedom fighters. Come on. Welcome, Tracy. You are always right on time. I'm so glad that you're here today. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you're here. How was your week? Y'all, let me tell you, I've had a hell of a week. It's been an amazing week. So I'm gonna share I'm gonna share a little bit about that and my wins, but I want to get you started on thinking about what are your wins for the week. So tell me just three things that you're celebrating from this week, big or small. Please do not judge your wins. Allow your wins to be whatever it is. I know one of my wins is I have cried a lot this week. And I celebrate that as a win because it's letting so much of the emotion and tension that I didn't even realize that I had. Listen, I'm letting all of that go. It's been it's been seeping out of my body all week. And it's been a good thing. So no, I'm saying that to say no matter what your wins are, let them be your wins. Celebrate them, share them with us, and allow us to celebrate them with you as well. Because we as Black women, we don't have trouble moving on to the next thing. We're really good at just keeping it on and popping. But that just sets us up to demotivate ourselves, to be on all the time. That's not serving us. So let's go ahead and celebrate. Let's pause. Pause and celebrate the fact that you are amazing and that you deserve to be celebrated, okay? So that's where we're starting at today. So go ahead and share them in the chat, and I'm gladly going to read them out so I can celebrate them with you. Okay. All right. Let me see. So Tracy said, it was a good week. Don't ask me what I did. He said, girl, it's over. That's all I know. It was a good week and I got a lot done. I understand. She said, I cannot remember. I understand. Sometimes the weeks are just like that. Tracy said, oh, yeah, I cried too. Watch Wild Robots with my sister, nephew, and son. I haven't seen that, but you know what? I should put that on the list. I know what movie you're talking about, but I haven't watched it yet. I would imagine that's a good tearjerker. I received that. And listen, I'm glad I'm not the only one, but I also am okay if I'm the only one. I needed the crying. I cried this morning. So there's that. Surprise, I still got makeup on. But it's all good. Yes. And then Tracy said, I did laundry. I hate laundry. Girl, I don't know how parents do laundry. If I ever become a parent, that is the first thing I'm outsourcing. I never want to see a piece of laundry. I will be paying somebody to do laundry. I don't know how y'all keep up with it. That in itself, it's like all of these clothes and all of these little human clothes. Listen, they need it all the time. All the laundry. Yes, that's an amazing thing. I can understand why you hate laundry. Hey, Leslin, good morning. So glad you could join today. I'm so glad you could join. Tracy said, it's good to cry. I do the ugly cry, girl. Sometimes it's like a river, like I can't even stop it. It's just flowing. And those are so healing. And I go ahead and let myself do it. Brand new people, new people. I said I might be crying on this live stream today, and I'm gonna be okay with it. I I saw somebody say on that there's no way in the world that they would take a video of themselves crying for their content. And I think that's part of what makes our content feel one-sided, because we are ashamed to show our emotions. We're ashamed to show when days are going hard. And I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna do that. Like, if you catch me on here crying, oh well. I have a reel with me crying, and that reel got more views than I think almost any other reel that I've ever done. And it's not a badge of honor, but it in some ways it is. It's because we've been told that we're not allowed to have our emotions. But I listen, in this goal for me to be my authentic self, Imma choose to let all of them things out. And that's one of the ones that I've been told I have not had the freedom to let go of, but we letting that all out. Here it is. And if you don't have space for it, then this is not your space of the internet. And that's okay. I won't be offended by that. So you are welcome to take your leave. But anybody else that understands, that wants to open the space for them to have their emotions, that wants to cry with me and to have joy with me, because it's not just about crying, but to have joy, to have all of the range of the emotions, to have disappointment, to have fear, to have love, to have joy, to have peace, like to have all of the emotions. That's what this is about. I want all the flavors in the soup, not just this one-sided happy soup, because that's toxic. It's toxic and it's not real. So yes, that's what I'm feeling about and all of that. Okay. So I'm off my little soapbox. Tracy said, good morning, Leslin. Another sister, my sister from another mother. Come on. Yes. We got you if I cried. Yes. It's all free. Uh, yes. How are you and the baby doing? I'm good with crying. I will hold you while you do. Come on, we got the space for it. And then Leslie said, mic drop. Heading home. Our boy is with his dad today, and I went to New York. Oh, that sounds nice. I'm coming to New York in April 10th and the 11th. I haven't figured out. I'm trying to find a house sit, so it might be a couple days before and a couple days after. But yes, I'm coming to New York for a coaching retreat. So maybe if we have a chance to meet up, that would be lovely. That would be super lovely. But yes. Okay, so celebrating wins. My first win this week. Y'all, I joined a coaching program, and I love doing coaching. Don't get me wrong. And coaching in a lot of different aspects. Coaches need coaches too. So I'm all about getting coached. And so this was a huge leap for me. This was an investment. I know a lot of us are scared to invest in ourselves. We've been told that we just have to DIY it, that uh it's really this undercurrent belief that we're not worth it. And I bit the bullet and was like, I'm doing this. I know that if I do this coaching program, my life is going to be dramatically different in a year from now. The program is a year. And I said, this is worth it to me. I want my life to be dramatically different in a year from now. Let me tell you, it's only been the first week and I didn't had epiphanies and tears and so many things every single day this week. It's only the first week and it's already kicking my behind. My life is already dramatically different in a week. So I'm very, very, it's a huge win. I'm very excited. I'm very proud of myself for investing in myself this way. This is a huge investment. So, yeah, that's my first one that I'm celebrating. So excited about that. Okay, let me see what other ones we got going on here. Leslin said, a little jealous. I want to go to the NY as well. If you don't get a sit, I'm happy to share a hotel. I will definitely, okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. I'm hoping, because sits generally start popping up like a month or 5 weeks beforehand. It's a little early. So I'm imagining by the end of February, I will know. So I'll be able to let you know, excuse me, by the end of February, beginning of March to let you know. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to New York for the retreat in the coaching program that I'm in. So it's gonna be a very interesting 2 days. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time. So I'll definitely keep you posted. We should try to connect live. I would love to connect in person for sure. Like I'm going to um once I have my details, like know a little bit more in place, then I'll send you a message and we can get some dates scheduled sometime so we can figure out when we're going to meet while I'm there. I would love that. That would be a lot of fun. I love to meet when I'm traveling and I'm in your place. If I can meet you in person, like I would love to do that because it's one thing to meet online, and most of you guys, I don't get to see your face unless you do a virtual coffee date. And I tell you, I ask y'all to do the virtual coffee dates all the time, and none of y'all ever do it. Not none of y'all. Most of you don't ever do it, but Leslie and I have talked, and it was a great time. But all of that to say, it ends up being one-sided. I see your names, but I don't get to see your faces. So when I get to see your faces in person, man, it's like I want to hug you. Like we sisters now. Like this is a thing. So yes, I'm gonna be a nerd about it. If you think I'm a nerd if you think I'm a nerd when you see me online, just wait till you meet me in person. I'm a whole vibe and I'm excited to experience your vibe too. So it's gonna be a good time. I would love that. Okay, Tracy said, I return to work next week and I have no idea what it would be like. That's okay, we got time. Because this is not till April and this is February. We got like 8 weeks. We got time to figure it out. That's a good thing. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Okay? We good. We good. It's gonna be good. Oh my. If the oh, I got a seat with dates. The 10th and the 11th. If the 11th is a Friday, oops, I didn't mean to do a thumbs up. Sorry, I need to turn those off. Um, I hope that that doesn't disrupt the Friday live stream. I'm gonna have to figure that part out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. Okay, perfect. Good. We'll figure it out. We got time, Tracy. Leslie said, yes, she is a whole vibe. Yes, I love it. It's always a good time. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love receiving your vibes and being a part of your vibes as well. So it's all good. Okay, so that was my first win. What's my second win? My second win is man, I've been having some growing pains and getting my VA trained. I believe I have an amazing VA. We've just had some things to figure out and it's me figuring things out in the midst of it. So I love that it is challenging me and growing me. So it's a win. And yet, hard sometimes wins come with hard things at the same time. So um I'm very excited about being able to pass this off. And I also recognize that passing things off, if I had not have been so intentional about how we do our schedule every week and being intentional and like organizing how I do my work, this would be even harder to pass off. So I'm glad that I did all the work that I did do, and I'm glad that it's going to continue to get easier as she and I figure things out. And she's been really, really great. My video editor has been great too. She just finished editing my second video. Not finished. She just did the rough draft of my second video. I need to give her feedback today. But all of those are wins because I am growing as this is amazing. Growing as a CEO as I start stepping out and having other people help me do the work that I do because I want this to be a movement. I want this to be more I want to have a business from it, and yet I want this to be a movement that changes the lives of Black women, a minimum of 5,000 Black women. Like, I want to see a minimum of 5,000 Black women getting more rest and fun every single week. That's what I want to see. Um, and I need help to do that. I'm not a superwoman. I don't want to be a superwoman. That's why I have a whole mini course called the Anti-Superhero Toolkit. So I'm very glad to be getting help. So that's my second one. Um, okay, wait, I missed one. And if you're concerned about work, we got you. Reach out. Yes. Yes, Tracy, you got this. And yes, however you need us, you just let us know. Okay, so Tracy said, Leslin, how can I connect with you? Girl, she's on. We connect on email, but Leslin, Leslin is on Instagram too. Both of you are on Instagram. Make sure you find each other, okay? For sure. Please connect. I love the vibes. Y'all my sisters. Come on. I love that. Yes, that's how this is supposed to be. Sisters getting together, having a good time. Thank you for the like, whoever decided to like. I appreciate that. That'll help YouTube know to share this with other Black women who come on here and can be a part of this community of 5,000 Black women who are, who are stepping into more rest and fun. So, yes, thank you for that. Okay, so that was my second one was I'm learning and growing through the growing pains of becoming a higher level CEO, which is it's funny. I've been a business owner for for going on 6 years. This June it'll be 6 years, but I've never really called myself a CEO. It's kind of weird, but it's good. It's good. That's a huge thing. Yes, most definitely. Make sure you connect with her. She's amazing. Um, the other thing that I am celebrating as a win this week. So, the coaching program that I joined was Rachel Rogers' program. I have not necessarily been in her ecosystem very much, but what she said, one of the things that she said that really was like, oh, this is for me, was as much as I believe in expanding, I also have been recognizing um that part of what makes it hard, especially for us as Black women to expand, is there's so much tension that's holding us in place. And so I've been battling, or not even battling, but I've been in a space of recognizing new ways in which I had been taught to shrink and letting that go and opening myself to expand in more ways. And it is good, and expansion is it's like expanding out of a box. When you bust a box open, the seams pop, and it's a little bit of an experience. Like it's not just this cute little expansion thing. It's actually really messy to expand. And I think that's why I've been a bit emotional this week. My emotions are releasing so much of the tension as I am making space for myself to expand this week. So, yeah, it's been a very good and hell of a week. I don't know if that completely made sense, but that is definitely the third win that I am celebrating. I'm celebrating that I'm in a season of expansion. And even though that feels messy, and there's part of me that wants to clean it up and not be messy, I also recognize that if I want to get to the level that I want to get to, if I want to be in my tiny house by next year at this time, if I want to be making 10 times more money than I'm making today, if I want to be traveling more, that all of these things that I want, if I want those things, I have to open myself to expand to those things rather than continuing to shrink to fit into the box that I already have now. This box is too small for all of us. And so we need the space to expand. And if there's not space to expand, then it's time to messily like bust out of that box. And that's the season that I'm celebrating right now, the season of expansion. So, yes, one of the things, I'll give you a practical example. So this week, I had a plate in front of me, and there were six noodles left on this plate. And I was having a hard time. I was feeling guilty because I'm like, there's six noodles on this plate, but I'm full. I literally cannot eat anymore. If I eat anymore, it's going to all come up. But I felt bad for wanting to throw away these six noodles. And I know why I felt bad. I felt bad because I've been taught to clean my plate, don't waste food. Like there's people who need food, don't waste food. And yet, me forcing myself to eat this is making my booty expand, making me gain weight. Um, and not only that, like it's empowering this scarcity mindset that I have to eat this because there's not enough, when that's not true. Like there is enough, and I am enough. And this is where it's this fight, the tension between our parents taught us some of their scarcity tactics because they did live in situations where that fear was real. And yet, if we want to change that and we want to be better and we want to grow and we want to expand, then we cannot take those fears with us. And so letting that tension go and saying or letting that mindset go, I don't have to eat the noodles. So I threw those six noodles away in symbolization, or in a symbolic moment of deciding that I'm choosing to expand into all the different ways that the Lord has for me, because I believe that he has more for me. Do you believe that he has more for you? Do you believe that the universe has more for you? If you believe that the universe has more for you, then we have to stop shrinking, because we cannot shrink and expand at the same time, right? That's in two different directions. So yeah, that is something that I've been processing this week. I wrote down I wrote down some thoughts of um what that means to me, what that looks like. Let me find it. It was a good revelation for me again, and I attribute that revelation to being um in this coaching program. It's been really good. The program, the community has been great. So let me read to you what it said. It said, um I know that my mom taught me not to waste food because she remembers the days when there was no food. But I had to pause and recognize that forcing myself to finish this plate is empowering the scarcity and the worry that there may not be any the next time, even though my booty is growing. It's time. It's My booty is growing from trying to finish the same plate that I'm feeling guilty about. Like it's such a weird paradox. So here's what I ended up deciding. I decided that I can throw away these six noodles without feeling guilty that some African child, probably my distant cousin since I'm Nigerian, is not going to go hungry because I threw away these six noodles, okay? That's not going to happen. I can honor my mother's lessons about valuing food without forcing myself to overeat out of fear. I can trust that there will be a next meal, and I don't have to operate out of place of lack to be able to get to that place. I can unlearn the scarcity mindset that no longer serves me, while still respecting the resilience that's helped shape my family's past. Because my family has been, all of us, our families have been so resilient and so powerful to lived through, literally have lived through some of the things that we have lived through, man. And then I can nourish my body and my mind by choosing abundance over fear, one plate or six noodles at a time. So, this moment reminded me that fighting scarcity isn't just about money or resources, it's also about mindsets, habits, and the silent rules that we inherit. Um, but today I'm choosing freedom. So, that's been a huge, 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 huge revelation for me, and I've been excited to share that with quite a few people because it's been huge, and I'm excited about where it's taking me in the future, and I hope that it's sharing it has helped you as well. So, okay, listen. Leslin said, "Please tell me you threw away the noodles." Yes, I threw away the noodles. Thank you. I received that. Yes, be proud of me. Thank you. And I'm proud of you. Thank you for sharing that. And my mother called me for breakfast. Sorry, battery died. I missed the context about the noodles. Okay, the context about the noodles was that I felt guilty for throwing the noodles away, but at the end of the day, I don't need to feel guilty about that. I can let them go and know that it's okay. Their resilience, the things that I was being taught about the noodles are doesn't hold me back, and I don't have to shrink. I don't have to let the feeling of honoring my past and the things that my mom taught me make me shrink. I can honor her resilience and still grow and expand into whatever my future is coming to be. So, yes, I hope that makes sense. Lessons wins. I love it. Okay, win number 1. I completed a manuscript for my fantasy novel series. I love that. An amazing win. All the celebrations. Come on. Number 2, I'm completing my second poetry book by the end of listen, you've been on a writing binge. Get it, girl. Fire, 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 fire. I love it. And starting the editing. I love it. And then number 3, my second kids book will be live in a few days. Come on. Get it out there. I love it so much. Congratulations. So many amazing wins. Yes. Leslie, I love it so much. So good. Leslie said, I have to run. I'm being yelled at from family breakfast. Oh, and hashtag sticker. Hope to be back on soon. I will definitely make sure you get your sticker, girl. Don't you worry. Thank you for stopping in. Enjoy your breakfast. Right? Leslie is a writer. She's beating it out, getting it out. I ain't mad at it. I love it. So good. Okay, thank you, Leslie, for sharing your wins. Okay, so while you're having a chance to write your wins in the chat, I'm going to start adding in the stickers into the spreadsheet today. So the way that I do this, and the reason that I started this, just in case you're catching us on the replay or if you're new here, the sticker, hashtag sticker is all about like positively reinforcing the fact that you are prioritizing rest and fun. We've probably had a habit, more than likely, of saying, it's okay. I will take the seconds so that everybody else can take the first. But when you start prioritizing rest and fun, you're now prioritizing you, and I want to celebrate you in that. And so that's why I give you a sticker. If you have done just 30 seconds 30 seconds of saying, I'm taking this time for me, not for anybody else, but for me. I want to positively reinforce that in you by giving you a sticker. I hope that it makes you shining proud, just like it did when we were in kindergarten back in the days when we got a sticker and we were like, yes, I love having a sticker. Yes, I hope that it gives you that smile, that sense of pride in the same way. And I also hope it reminds you that during the week, I can prioritize myself. And the world's not gonna come to an end. And not only is the world not gonna come to an end, I am going to feel better because I took 30 seconds for me. And then I hope that 30 seconds turns into 60 seconds, which turns into 90 seconds, which turns into 90 days, which turns into a lifetime of you loving yourself well, and everybody else is is receiving that love out of your overflow rather than draining you to the bottom of your cup. So I wanna make sure you know, like, this is a good thing. We are proud of you for taking time to prioritize you. And Leslin just showed us that we did. She just did hers. Come on, hashtag sticker. So let me go ahead and add that in to the list. Okay, let me get it open on my screen here. There were some other great comments of other amazing women in this group who have seen themselves shrinking and now they're letting go of that shrinking so they can expand. I will not share their stories because that's their stories to share. But it's been so beautiful to be in this community, to be a part of it and to see other or other women in general doing that too. So, oh, it's been so good to be in this community. If you've never invested in yourself, to be in a coaching program or anything of the like, let me tell you, it is worth it. Again, this is another one of those times where we have felt like, oh, I could just put that off. I'll make sure I take care of everybody else's first and foremost. Honey, let me tell you, this is a good time to take care of you. Okay. Invest in you, invest in what you need because everything that you want, you can have it. And yet, a lot of times it's more than just accountability. We need the community, we need the direction, we need the guidance that helps us get to that place. And you could probably DIY it. It will definitely take you longer. And it will probably be harder because it's so much easier to feel alone. So, why do that when now there are so many great programs and opportunities to help you skyrocket to get to those things faster. So that's why I invested. That's my own soapbox. I'm just sharing with you. At the end of the day, I want you to always do what feels right for you. But I tell you that if you ever decide to invest in coaching and guidance like that, it's better for you than you even can recognize that I can even explain. So just know that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get on to hashtag sticker. All right, so what stickers are we giving out today? Let me pick one. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Um, it's kind of warm. Listen, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this because this is gonna be the expansion sticker. That's what I'm going with today. Okay, so I got my sticker, and then where are you at, Leslin? Leslin and Tracy, right here. Good. So, ladies, I got your sticker on the list. Oh, you can't see it because my face is in the way. I think I better move my face. Let me do that. Let me move me over here. That'll make that easier. So now you can see I got your stickers there. All right, ladies. If anybody else, even if you are watching on the replay, there's still time to get your sticker, okay? We are going to, the way that I do this is I give out stickers between now through each quarter. And at the end of each quarter, oops, I did that the wrong way. At the end of each quarter, then I do a drawing for something that, again, is about positively reinforcing rest and fun in your schedule. So, um, yes, you can join us and every time that you get a sticker, it is an additional entry into that drawing. Leslin won for the last one. And this is going to go all the way through March. So you have still some weeks to be able to join to get on the sticker board. But please know that this is first and foremost about you prioritizing you, and then everything else is ice cream and icing on top of it. Okay. All right. So that being said, our next is to move into activities of rest and fun. So this worksheet is one of the worksheets that I have available completely free for joining Freedom Fridays. You just head to my website at freedomfridays.yourdreamstrategist.com. That will be the time blocking, or that will be the companion worksheet for what we do the 4 activities that we do on Fridays for Freedom Fridays. And then this particular worksheet is specifically about getting more rest and fun activities into your week. So we have an amazing list of activities that we have gathered as a community, to help remind us there are other things that we could do other than work and come home and that's it. Like, part of the reason work ends up being so important in our life is because we center our life around work. Let's center our life around living our life. So, what things do we want to do to live our lives? And these are just some activities that you can center your life around. Make a hobby out of it. That's the best way to do it. One of my favorite hobbies is dancing. I've been in a shift where I'm looking for a different version of that hobby or maybe a different place to do that hobby. But when you have it set up as a hobby, it's so much easier to automate, like getting more rest and fun in your week than it is just doing the next thing all the time. So it helps break up some of the monotony and make sure that you're getting some good fun. So please download the worksheet, find some different rest and fun activities that you want to try, add them to your list. This is the full comprehensive list. You can pull out and make your own special list just for you. And then you can look for different places to go and different events to attend by just heading on to either meetup.com or eventbrite.com and finding different when other people are doing events. That's a good way to get you started until you're ready to do things on your own. And then you can also track how often you do it because the more that you add more rest and fun in your life, this is the more that you're switching from it being work-life balance to being life work balance. Like we want life to be more important than work, okay? And then there's a couple different options of how you could do that habit tracker, and then when you do it, come on here and say hashtag sticker so we can celebrate you for all the rest and the fun that you've prioritized in your life, okay? That's what we're about. And then I have some really great resources to help you after you start adding more of these activities into your schedule, then I'd love for you to get on a virtual coffee date so we could talk about how you can make this your lifestyle, not just an occurrence, not just a hobby, but also your lifestyle where you have more of a soft life. Because listen, we tired of doing work all the time, okay? We ready to live, right? Yes. So let me go ahead and see. I got Tracy's sticker, I got Leslie's sticker. If anybody else needs a sticker, go ahead and put it in the chat and I will gladly add you to the list. Okay. All right. So now that we've looked at different rest and fun activities that you can do, um, we've got our sticker for the week. Now it's time that we go ahead and start setting up our schedule for the week. So, the way that I like to have you do this first, make sure you pull out what rest and fun activities do you want to do for the week. I think for this week, my rest and fun activities has been reading. I'm I'm right in this moment reading a book called Someday Maybe. It's actually a very intense kind of book because the woman is mourning the suicide of her husband, but she also just found out she's pregnant like 3 months after him doing that, and I don't even know what's gonna happen next, and she just lost a job. Listen, she got a whole bunch of drama going on, and yet, like, I can understand. I've never been in a situation like that, and yet it's been a really good book to read. So, I've been doing a lot of reading in that way. I've been hugging my little munchkin goddaughters. The one just likes to hug me and dangle from me, which I love. I love every bit of it. Even though she's a hot mess sometimes, I love it. So yes, what those are some of my rest and fun activities that I want to add into my schedule. I'm also this week I need to specifically add in a rest and fun activity for planning my time in Guadalajara. I'm going to Guadalajara on February 20th. And that's gonna be on me real quick. And I also need to buy my flight back. So I need to schedule some time to do that this week, in addition to scheduling time for the mastermind that I'm working through for my business. So you see how my whole goal, I'm talking through how I'm prioritizing rest and fun first, in my schedule, and then I'm gonna go back and add the other things too. That's what we're getting ready to do. I'm gonna put on a timer for 25 minutes for you to set up your schedule for the week, and then after that, we're going to come back together and wind down for the weekend. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, see- oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you, Marissa. Hey, girl. You're here today. Oh, my heart, my heart. Let me know if I need to give you a sticker. Come on, I want to give you a sticker so bad. Tracy said, I've been hearing a lot of ladies saying they are just tired. Yes, tired. I think also too, here's the other thing that I've noticed about being tired, specifically this week. I recognize, and let me get to the other screen so that I'm not little like this. The other thing that I recognize is that in being tired, part of it is that as I'm starting to take some of the tension and the pressure off, my body is like, "Oh, if we're not holding that anymore, now there is room for me to tell you just how much tension you've been holding, and now there's a crack that I can let that tension go." And in letting that tension go, I'm feeling the tiredness and the things that I had bottled up before that I didn't even realize. Like, I didn't even realize that I was holding back some of that tension. I really thought I was like good to go. Like, it's just the next thing. And yet, as as you let go of these things and as we start to expand, I am feeling the weight of my body saying, I'm glad it's taking a deep breath. My body is taking a deep breath. So I hope that especially in the season where Black women are taking a step back, where we are letting someone else to be the first in line, that we're letting someone else take the fight, that that as we're taking that step back and letting those other people step up, part of the reason that I think that we're feeling tired is because our body is like, "Hey, oh, I can let that go now? Okay, that's a good thing." And it's letting more and more things go. And our body is the tiredness is our body refreshing itself. So I'm saying that to reframe that while you might be feeling tired, I know I have definitely felt tired this week. Like I've literally been like, why? Like I come home and have to like pass out. It's like it hits me like a brick. And I'm like, oh, it's a wrap. Like it's time to go sit my tail down. And I also recognize that's part of my body saying, yes, you've needed this for a while, and I'm glad to finally give it to you. I'm glad that you're finally receiving it. So I hope I'm saying that to say this is a reframe that we needed to feel tired, to let go of the tension, to let go of the things that we've been bottled up and holding for so long. And that freedom in our body is beautiful. Let it go. Let it go. Oh my gosh. Okay. Listen. Okay, I'm off that soapbox, but yes, I recognize that. I've definitely been one of those ladies that lately I've just been tired. And I also recognize today that it's also been the expansion and letting those things go that have felt so good. Yes, I'm so glad it's Marissa. Yes. Hey everyone, I'm back. My family is hilarious. I told them what is happening and they will allow me to return. I did eat some fruit though. Thank you family for them allowing you to be shared. We appreciate it. We love having you. And I'm glad you got some fruit. That sounds amazing. Oh gosh, some mango would be so good right now. Oh, now my mouth is watering. Yay, of course we love you. Of course we have a warm welcome for you. We have definitely missed you. Yes, hashtag sticker. I've been resting to the max. I don't have energy for much else. Come on, sis. I love it. Let all the rest come in. I love it. I hear that. How can we support you, Marissa? Let us know. Yes, that means a lot. Been going through some things and made my heart feel loved. Oh, yeah. Please feel all the love. We've got all the love for you. Yes. Yes. Her real name is Marissa. I'm happy to hear that all is good with you and well with you. Yes. And however we can support you, each of you, please say what you need. Listen, we're not into that closed mouth thing over here. Closed mouths don't get fed. Ask for what you need. Let someone show up, okay? That's what community is for. And you I don't read minds. We're on screens. I wish that I could read your mind and be like, now I know what you need. I wish that I could do that, but it don't work like that. So tell us, please tell us. We would love to hear, okay? Y'all always know where to find me. I'm on Instagram. That's where the DMs are, and they work, and I check them regularly. I check them, not the bot, not my VA. I check them, okay? So please say what you need, all right? Yes. Okay. So let me go ahead. Oh, thank you for whoever took a second to like. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and give Marissa her sticker. Come on, girl. I love it. I love it. I love it. I was literally just thinking, man, I haven't seen you in a while. And then you came in. I love it. That makes me so happy. Okay, good. All right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and move into this scheduling time and then we'll go ahead and wind down for the weekend. Yes, thank you for that like. I appreciate you. Okay, let me go ahead. I'll see you in 25 minutes. Okay. I don't know what that is. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, it's next week. Okay, good. Hmm. There's something about how I set up my calendar. Mm. Mm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so you should just be finishing up last couple things on your calendar. If you've been watching me, you can see that I've been having some technical difficulties. I have some things that I need to reschedule and move around, but I know that not everything is showing up on my calendar. And so I need to fix that because it doesn't help if it's not all showing up. That's important. Okay. So I'm gonna have to take some time after our call and finish that because yeah, I gotta figure out why. But I know why it's not showing up is because I have a new couple things on my calendar and I'm making space for the new mastermind. And I want to make sure that the events that we have scheduled are showing up on the mastermind so that I'm not missing anything or that I don't have anything overlapping because listen, being double booked is for the birds. I'm not into that life. So it's a good thing, and yet I still got to get it figured out. So, yes. Thank you for whoever took a second to like. I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that and helping good old YouTube know to share this live stream with other people so other Black women that can join as well. Let me see. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. Yes. Okay. So that's where we left off. Thanks, Island Girl Tracy. Good to see you and hope you are doing well too. Hey, Keena. So glad you got a chance to join today. Happy Friday. Yes. All the happy Fridays and all the love. So y'all, if you want to take a second and share, Keena and Marissa, share any wins that you want to celebrate from this week. We shared ours at the beginning, but you are welcome to share yours. And then we're also going to move and winding down for the weekend. Listen, I just laid back in the chair and I realized this is nice. Let me tell you, the first thing I'm going to do as I wind down for this weekend, as I'm taking off these good clothes, these my going outside clothes, and I'm putting on my sweatpants and my sweatshirt. I'm about to get real comfortable, okay? Put a t-shirt on and get snuggly, and then I'm gonna finish up a couple things. But that's the first thing I'm doing to start winding down. So there's 3 things that we do every single week for winding down, and number 1 is we look at how many windows we can close for from the week, so that we don't have a bunch of things running in the background. We could just get our mind to be present in what we got going on today right now. So, Imma take a second and look at my screen and see how many windows can I close. Let me see. This is all yes, all 4 of those are going to close. I'm gonna close this too. Imma yes, because once I finish doing my scripting this afternoon for my next 3 videos actually, I already did 1, so I got 2 more videos to script this afternoon, and I got my Hello 7 homework to do. Um, I can close this window, that's gonna close down until next week. Listen, I got a good couple windows that I'm getting ready to close. I'm feeling good about it. Let me see. I need to finish that, so that's gonna close. Listen. Yes, yes, yes. Closing this. I'm closing this right now. So that's 1, 2, 3. Marissa, did I give you your sticker? Kina, do I need to put you on the you getting a sticker for this week? Do I need to put you on the check-in? Let me know. Because I'm about to close that window. So that's 3. Let me see. We're working on that today, so that's gonna stay open a little bit longer. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 windows, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 windows so far, 23. I need to finish this too. 24, 25. Yeah, I'm closing 25 windows today. That's what I'm closing. How many windows are you closing? If you want, share them in the chat. If you don't want to share the number, that's okay. On my iPad has been doing a lot better on windows to close. So I got just two windows. I only have two windows open, and I'm gonna be closing one of those windows today. And then my phone, I've been doing so good, y'all. I have been keeping it. I got seven windows open. Seven windows. I'm trying to get those down to zero. I'm so close. But it went from 100 to 7, so I feel really good, and I have not let it go past 7, not let it go more than 7, so I'm feeling really good about that. So, yes, that's how many windows I'm closing on all of my devices today. If you wanna share, you're welcome to share in the chat. And then next, what is the fun thing that you're doing to get your mind, body, and spirit into rest mode for this weekend? What am I gonna do? Let me see. I haven't made a decision of what I'm gonna do. Oh, I just told you I'm getting in my comfy clothes. That's one thing I'm gonna do. I also think that as soon as this call ends, I'm gonna go like take a little nap. Like I had a little bit of a morning this morning, so I think I might reward myself with a little nap. Um, yes. So that's gonna be I think that's gonna be it. That's gonna be my wind down. Cause listen, I ain't walking through Target no more, so we can't do that. I ain't buying nothing from Amazon. I'm done with Publix. So, I might go over to Harris Teeter so I could get my hydration juice. But other than that, I'm chilling. This is gonna be getting my comfy clothes this evening. That's what it's gonna be. Um, and I'm at my family's house. I'll be here for the weekend, so I'll be hanging out with my goddaughters. Oh, maybe we'll watch a movie. Maybe we could do that. I didn't bring my streaming device, but there's plenty of them here. So maybe we'll do that this evening. Um, and then my meal for the weekend, girl, let me tell y'all, one of the things that happened this morning, I cooked my lunch and then proceeded to dump it on the floor. By accident, of course, and yet it happened. So I might drive over and get some lunch for I might go get some lunch. Ooh, and last night I got a pumpkin loaf. So I'll have that today. That'll be a good treat. So yes, and I'm gonna work out this evening. So that's what I got going on this evening. Let me see what y'all got going on because y'all starting to talk about in the chat. I love it. Let me see. Marissa said, win, my win. I canceled plans and said no to pushing sweets on me. Come on. Yes. Don't be pushing stuff on me that I don't want. No, thank you. Yes, I love that. That's an amazing win. Congratulations. Thank you for sharing. Listen, taking back your autonomy, your agency, I love it. And then you said, so glad to hear you will be taking a nap because I was wondering if you were sleepy when I saw you lean back in that chair. Girl, I leaned back and like it was time to fall asleep. Listen. As like I said earlier, my body has been releasing tension that I did not know was there, and I'm very grateful for it doing, and I'm allow it to release all and whatever other tension has got too. I'll take it, please. Have it all, release all of it. So if that includes taking a nap, I'm down. I'm down. Or at least laying there. So yeah, I definitely leaned back in this chair like I was ready to just lay out. Listen, the other day when he did my haircut and he did my eyebrows too, I went right on and dozed off in that chair and it was glorious. He said, you're gonna have to let me do a facial for you next time or one of these times. I said, you right, I am. So it was a good time. Yes, I'm looking forward to that night. Leslin said, "Hey, wait, come on, thing. Did you know the Audible version of the Wicked story? Honestly, I never looked for a book. I wonder why that is. My fun activity this weekend, all windows closed except editing. Yes, I understand that. And I have done Audible books, but I'd like to read. I like to see the words. I have done some Audible books. I listened to Um, oh, I could see her face in my name, and I could see her face in my head, but I can't think of her name right now. I read Tabitha's book over I read Tabitha's book over Audible book. There's somebody else that I just can't think of her name right now. Gabrielle Union, that's who it was. I read her book over Audible book too. So it just depends. The books that I have, some of the books right now that I have are from the library, and it was just the regular book version, but I actually do like to read, so I don't mind it. The I will say it's nice for the Audible books because if I'm working out an hour every day, I would get through quite a few books that way. So I'm not opposed to it. I'll definitely keep it out looking for it. Um, Leslie said, before today is done, I have to find a new home for my books to be sold from. Girl, I was just thinking about that with Audible. I'm like, I'm not using Amazon. um, Last night when I went to a meetup, they were talking about like canceling their Amazon Prime. I don't my sister has our Amazon Prime account. I don't know if she's canceled it or not. And I haven't really used Prime. I mean, you use it for packages, obviously, but I haven't used it for any other things. So it's an interesting world we're in, right? Yeah. Well, if you decide to sell them on your website, there's also that. And we'll always just send traffic directly to your website too. So Marissa said, "Ooh, that sounds like fun. I love a good audio experience. Listen, hey, get it. I love that. I'm glad that they also have them on the library. That makes it that's pretty amazing. I've always hated Amazon, but is there new stuff happening? Well, I'm speaking in regards to the DEI stuff and all the boycotting that's going on. Um, Amazon was one of the companies that rescinded their DEI activities or DEI commitments. And so, what was interesting about going to that meetup last night, it wasn't the Black women talking about it, it was the white women talking about that they were canceling their Amazon Prime, memberships and not using it anymore and having to find new ways to get some of the things that they were used to getting because they were used to just going to Target or going to Amazon and refusing to support those companies. It actually made me happy to know that it's not just us boycotting, that it's going further than that. So, yes, that's where those mentions of those statements came from. So, and I believe that's the other reason why Leslin is saying, Leslin just put out a couple amazing books and she put them out on Amazon. And now having to find another place to be able to sell them from because not wanting to sell through Amazon and also because a lot of us are not shopping through Amazon now. So still being able to get our products out there while um navigating the DEI conversations that are or the lack of DEI conversations that are happening now. So yeah, Leslie said, I love audiobooks because they allow me to listen during my relax time or on a long walk. So that's my fun time this week. Long walks and audiobooks. Come on, that sounds amazing. It's finally, well, I don't want to say it's finally, it's getting a little warm here in Charlotte. So it's like almost getting back to time to being able to do Mad Mouse. So I might have to consider that as well. I'm gonna look in the library and see what audiobooks I find. That could definitely be an option. Marissa said, I have seen some self-published writers use Blurb. Okay, that's interesting. Leslie, you'll have to try that out. See how Blurb works or whatever you decide. Let us all know so that we could support you. Because it's not about not supporting you, it's about not supporting them and getting them to recognize that y'all being trash. Don't jump into that. So yeah, Leslie said, I have issues with Jeff Bezos, but I honestly cannot give up Audible, sure, and I'm not sure a boycott will help. You know, I don't know what will help, to be honest, but the fact that the boycott has made, um Target's shareholders come back and sue Target for not calculating how this rollback would affect, because I'm sure what they told them was that if we DEI costs a lot of money. And so if we roll back DEI now that we don't have to do it anymore, we will make more money. I'm sure that's what they told them. But they didn't really tell them, they didn't, or maybe they didn't consider that people would boycott, that they would lose sales. Like last week, I went through Target before the boycott, but still, like the day before. And even then, Target was empty, like black, white, and indifferent. Like there, it was empty. There was a lot of people that nobody was in there. A lot of people have decided not to go in Target. And I just walked through. I didn't buy anything. I just walked through. And not that I need to defend that. But yeah, there's what the boycott I would say is doing is making public opinion clear. Do I think it's the answer that is going to change everything? No, but I think it's a start. And um I think it's a part of a greater strategy, and that's what I've heard other influencers talk about, and yet I'm still also really wishing that we had a greater plan. So I'm continuing to look for what that could be, and we'll share that when I can. Oh, which reminds me, this is kind of a side note, but then another thing you ladies asked me last week was, how does it work with Yvonne Lit Life and Kyoka's um how is it working with their book club? So I want to make sure I talk about that as well, but I don't want to jump off of this topic. So I'll come back to that, okay? Don't let me forget. Leslie says, I need print and ship. Yeah, I get it. I don't know what Blurb has, and it definitely means that business owners, especially Black business owners, are having to look for another way. But if I'm gonna wish, I'm gonna wish and like believe in manifesting this. Please let there be a Black owned big box store that comes out of this, that can stand in the gap, that wants, that it's not a DEI thing. It's an inclusion that comes with this company, you know? So I appreciate it. I just recently started a little part-time job with the co-working spot that I go to. It's great because I already go there anyway. So now I get a free membership and they pay me to come. But we had an outing yesterday, and the manager of of our city, of our city manager that was leading the event, she said, "We ain't rolling back DEI, nothing, like all of it is staying. Like there, we would not have a company without DEI. So there's no way that we're rolling back anything." And I just appreciated her, like, how dare you even ask me such a question about it. So I applaud that. And yes, it's hard. It means that some of us who have worked with some of these companies to use it as a way to promote our business, now we have to adjust. And yet the adjustment is a beautiful thing. The other thing that I saw, one of my favorite creators, um oh my Danny, she does stickers, and she really speaks about DEI in all of the different ways. But she's also very inclusive. She did a look. She has a post on her feed on Instagram where it says, "This is what I thought was going to happen to my business based on the boycotts to Target." And it shows like a graph where she thought, okay, this is how much her business was going to decrease. And then the other part of the graph says, but this is how much you guys actually came to my website. You just came directly to me to buy and bought even more. So she was worried about losing this much from Target, from the business that she had in Target. And instead, she gained this much business from what has happened. And I say that to say that this doesn't have to be the end for any of our business. Yes, it makes it difficult. It changes the way we run our business. And yet something beautiful can happen and come out of this if we open our heart and allow ourselves to move in that way. And that's hard. That is so hard because it's hard to know how to plan or to react or how to move for these things. We really just have to kind of be in the moment and adjust as you go and pivot as you go. And whatever you decide is what you decide. We honor that in you as well. So definitely a very interesting thing to be going through. Leslie said, "Is there a platform to take its place?" I'm not sure we have that yet. I don't know. And it's definitely something that, even if it's not in place yet, I promise you there's somebody building it right now. Because when there's a gap in the industry, people will come in and take that spot and to be able to overpower. I mean, look at what happened with Twitter when it started acting crazy. Ain't nobody talking about Twitter no more. And if they are, they on the other side of the tracks that we ain't going over to. So there's Threads has taken that spot and has grown. Um, so yes, even if you don't know what that is now, open your space, open your heart that there is another opportunity. I believe there definitely is. And as you speak about things will start manifesting in front of you. So allow them, and when they come in front of you, receive it. Here's the answer. Here's another option. Still another way to build that business. Um, Thank you for bringing me into the loop, girl. I understand for not being in the loop because avoid the news like a plague. I don't need it. It's gonna come across the feed as it is. I don't need anybody to add. I don't need more information. Okay, so I understand. Okay, I'm looking up Blurb now. Okay, good, good. I hope that helps. You're welcome. I hope it's a good fit. I agree. Will the establishment allow for it to flourish? I'm hoping we can establish something comparable to Amazon. Listen, there's always space for something to flourish. There might be something out there in the winds that we just didn't know about, and now it has the space to flourish. So keep your ears open, your head down. As you see it, share it. Let's give these things the opportunity, because that's not to say that it's not been out there, but it couldn't get when Amazon had the monopoly that it would have never been able to take. It needed something like this to give an opportunity for someone else. So let's see what's out there. Let's give it a chance. Let's lean into it. Either way, leaning into it is so much better than positively reinforcing the bullshit that we're not into. Because we know we're not into what they're doing right now. You know? Marissa said, "I also don't know if it's a good fit, but I sell downloadable PDFs of my art direct on my website using Stripe. If you're open to that PDF book, that could be a quick fix until you get the other things figured out." Which I agree. There's always that opportunity. I am so open to all the things. I just want to share my creativity. Yes. At the end of the day, that's always what it's been. I just want to share the things that I'm passionate about. Yes. And to look for other opportunities, please. I don't know. I mean, printing your book, there might be a print on demand. I don't know. I don't know. But this is the time that we start researching them. And you guys, as you see them, if you hear them, go on Instagram, find Leslin, send them to her. Help her out. Let us all be in her corner and helping her business make this transition so that it can succeed and survive and can and grow and thrive. Yes. Who owns Threads? Instagram owns Threads. This is one of my favorite indie book publishers too. They publish lots of Black authors. Ooh. Yes, share it, share it, share it. Yeah, Meta owns Threads. Tracy was yes. Yes, it does. Facebook owns Threads. Threads Threads since it tie in with Instagram. Yes, exactly. All of it together. All of it. So, yes. It's definitely a massive conversation. I'm not saying I have any answers. I don't have no answers. Trust and believe, I don't know. I honestly have not spent a whole bunch of time talking about it. Um Yeah, I have this is probably the most time I've spent talking about it. since it happened, mainly because I personally needed time to process, and also just really being hurt by the fact that these businesses, mm, in some ways I could expect a Walmart to do that. I could expect a Walmart to roll back DEI. I don't think I expected a Target. I expected better of them. I expected them to care more. I expected I yeah, so it's a morning of understanding more deeply what they actually value versus what I thought they value, and it's a morning that they're not aligned with the same values that I am, and having to make a hard choice because I love Target, but Imma love Target from afar because I ain't gonna let you treat me like that either. So it's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know. I have not heard anything specifically about Meta pulling back their DEI programs, but I also don't know if Meta had a DEI program in the first place. I don't know. I don't know. But the companies that I do know have been Publix, um, Target, and Amazon. And there's more there's a bit of a list. I feel like on the list that I've seen, there's been like a list of 6, but if you put it in any kind of um put it in Instagram or TikTok search engine, trust and believe, there will be someone who will let you know all the details you want to know. Michelle Love said, "Oh my OMG, I love Target too, but cannot right now. Cannot feel comfortable spending my block-earned dollars there." Good. Listen, first of all, welcome, Michelle Love. So glad that you joined today. This is the first time I met you. So glad that you're here today. And you're right. I can't give you my money, which is a shame because some of my favorite, It's Target, y'all. Like we loved us some Target. I went into that when I went and walked through that Target that day, not only was there nobody in there, I was so annoyed to see that the Black History Month section was, like, in the back, tucked away, and the bathing suits were in the front. I was pissed, pissed. I was like, "Really? That's what we doing right now? Okay." And at first, I was gonna buy something just because it was on the Black History, thing, but then I was like, "I can't even do that." And it's a shame because there's some artists that have worked their ass off to get in on the Black History Month, campaign that Target does, and their campaigns are gonna flop. It's hard. It's so hard. I hope that every single one of those that people are looking for different ways to support those artists and those creators through their direct websites, even though they're not going to support them through Target. That's what I really hope. I hope that Oh My Danny's experience of seeing what she thought with the business that she lost from Target actually all came to her website, excuse me, and expounded. That's what I hope happens for all of those businesses because it's hard. It's hard. So, oh, that's interesting. Let me see what we got going on. Yes, Publix is another one. When I found out Publix, when I found out Publix gave money to Red, I knew I was done with them. So that was back in November. I had already let go of Publix back in back after the election when I heard that they had supported Trump's campaign. So I've been done with Publix for a while. Leslin said, "I'm afraid to look." The fact is that all these companies are pulling back DEI just shows that they how ignorant they are. It's a shame. What? Michelle said, "What?" Yep, it is. Michelle, welcome to the family. Yes, welcome. So glad that you joined us today. So glad that you took a second to say hello, to come and actually like be a part of the conversation. We love that you joined us. Thank you. Oh my, here we are. Keena said that Meta canceled DEI as well. And this is the hard part, because then that means let go. That means no more threads. That means no more Instagram. don't know that I care that much about Facebook, but that's not true because the whole Exodus Summit community is on Facebook. It throws such a huge wrench into everything. I'd be interested to see how they've been handling that. I don't know how Stephanie and Rashida are handling that. Hmm. I know they're still posting on Instagram. I feel like Meta has not been as talked about as, a company that's rolled back DEI as much as Target. Michelle said, "Hey, I started following you after your live with Alicia Renese." Oh, yeah. I love Alicia. Listen, and that last post that she did about creating slowly, man, first of all, I watched it. It took me like 3 sessions to watch it, and then I'm watching it again. Such a powerful conversation. I love her. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. It just makes me so happy. I'm so glad that you found me through her. She's an amazing human, an amazing person that I love that we could be connected through. I love it. I love it. Michelle said, "I'm gonna cry. Publix, y'all, where am I gonna get my groceries? I've started prioritizing my local farmers markets." And here's the thing, while it's hard in the transition to make these changes, I think at the end of the day, we are going to be happy. We are going to be happier supporting our local farmers markets, happier supporting directly the artist, happier supporting the people that truly deserve the accolades rather than purchasing through these third party companies. And yet it is such a hard transition. I'm not gonna lie, right now knowing that Meta rolled back their DEI makes me be like, oh, I need to start posting on both of them and just focus on, how much easier that would be? And just focus on Facebook is easy. The hard part about rolling back Facebook is the old people that I know from home that I don't have all of their phone numbers, like the connections in those ways. But yes, it's a transition and it takes time. So listen, Michelle and Leslin for that matter, figuring out what your next step is takes time. Don't feel any guilt, don't feel any shame in taking your time to figure it out. And whatever you decide, you decide, you know? It's not this ain't easy. This ain't an easy thing. Marissa said the beautiful thing is there are so many Black-owned small businesses we can support directly. There is. There is, which is another reason Marissa has a whole directory of Black-owned businesses that we can be supporting directly. Leslin, if you're not on Marissa's website, get on Melanated Market, okay? Like, this is where we can allow markets like her Melanated Market to show up and start helping connect us to these brands, co- connecting us to these brands directly if we have not had the opportunity to do so in the past. Like, we can do this. It's hard and we can do this. Michelle Love said, "I permanently deleted my Facebook and Instagram." Listen, now that I know, I'm thinking about it too. I'm thinking about it too, which is crazy because I just got a VA to help me post to all of the platforms. Um, and now I'm like, listen, if I get rid of Facebook and I get rid of Instagram, that means all that's left. Maybe now what I'll actually end up focusing on is LinkedIn and Pinterest and like actually taking some time to do the work that I've wanted to do over there with them. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of transition time to even figure out how I'm going to do the switch. But you're right, like as a business owner, I have to be strategic about it, and yet I am going to take a stand. That's what it's gonna be. Marissa said, "I wonder if Discord could be a good option." For community, is that what you mean? Because I have a community. And I've actually been can I have a free community. I've been considering inviting you all to be a part of it so that we can have more conversation throughout the week rather than just our Freedom Fridays activities. Um so yeah, that's already an option. I have to figure out how I would manage it, but it's already an option. So yes, that's definitely an option. Um Michelle said, I have to keep YouTube though. I love y'all on here. Yes. And mm, I have not heard Google say anything about rolling back their DEI initiatives. Gosh. Gosh, that would be terrible. That would be a hard one. That would be one I would miss. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do with that one. That's a really hard one. And then Leslie said, see, that's what I mean. I'm not sure how a boycott of companies and platforms is going to work. I'm sitting here crying. It's emotional. It's hard. It is hard. It's not an easy answer. And yet, in the hard, in the difficult, that we can't there is other options. There are other options. And there's transition time. There's listen, Leslin, fill so much space to know you do not have to have the answer today. You don't have to have the answer today. There's time to figure it out. You're going to figure it out. I'm sending you that vibe. Can you feel it? I have to figure it out too. We're going to figure it out together. Okay. We're going to figure it out. And also know that in the figuring it out, Danny has shown us that figuring it out, there's beauty. There's exponentially more beauty available on the other side. There is exponentially more beauty available on the other side. I know it's hard, and there's an option. And there's an option. And all of us are available to help you. So right now, since we're not sending anybody to Instagram to communicate, find Leslin on what is this? YouTube. Make a community post and tag her in it. This is still community. This is still community, y'all. We can still connect, okay? Keena said, I'm trying to reconnect with my black male schoolmate who had several e-commerce companies back in the 90s. I'm hoping he can establish all black social media platforms. There's already some black social media platforms that are starting to grow. Like, start Googling that. I'm going to look it up. I don't have the answer. I know that there was one specifically that was starting to grow. And I don't know the name of it right now because I haven't researched it, but I'm evidently going to have to. I'm going to have to. So there's that. There's that. Okay. Michelle said, happy and healthier. Way less processed foods from local grocers. Yes. Listen, there's exponentially more beauty on the other side of this. It's hard as hell. And yes, there still is exponentially more beauty on the other side. We're going to make it. Okay. We are going to make it. They deliver nationwide in the 48 states. Oh, you mean for the food? Listen, we can start looking into it. We're looking into it now, for sure. Michelle said, "Can I get that directory?" Yes. So, melanatedmarket.com. Did I get it right, Marissa? Tell me, did I get it right? Let me look it up. I'm gonna melanatedmarket.com. Let me make sure I got it right. Oop, I don't have it right. Marissa, tell me what it is. If you can, put it in the chat. It just make sure to put the https / on it, and that will make it so that we can get the hyperlink, okay? Yes. If we can find there's other social media, there's other options by us that have just not been promoted as much. We listen, I told y'all this is the opportunity for the Black economy to really strengthen and connect with itself. There's been so much overpowering it before. And now those overpowering things have been pushed away. Pushed away. Take them out of the equation. They're out of the equation now, okay? And now we get to find the ones that we truly want to support. Let's do that. Okay? Um the managing for the VA that you already have on staff. Wait, wait, wait. I missed that. I miss what you mean. I miss what you mean by that, Leslie. I'm sorry. You'll have to explain. Okay. This is called Freedom Fridays. I love that. Yes, this is called Freedom Fridays. Yes. And we've been talking about all the things that's been happening in the world as we take our freedom in the midst of all of it. So, in addition to creating more rest and fun in our schedule every single week. So, yes, we're doing all the things. Um, Keena said, I love this. You got a strategy to it. Keena said, okay, no, wait, let me give you the strategy that you have. Come on, share it with us, Keena. Come on. I love it. Keena said, first, give it 3 months for Facebook and IG and Meta before fully transitioning to other platforms. I agree with that. And I also believe start looking for the Black platforms anyway. Like it's still an amazing time to still start supporting them. So look for them anyway. And I can understand that. Give yourself time, 3 months to transition. I think there's definitely a lot of people who's going to be backtracking real quick. The hard part about that for me is, do I want to work with you if you had to backtrack? If that had to be, if you had to wreck it, if we had to do this the hard way, do I still wanna work with you if you had to backtrack? I don't have an answer to that today. It's just a thought that's crossed my mind. It's the same thing that I feel about Target. Will I want to go back after knowing that I had to boycott you in the first place to get you to recognize that you should have respected me in the first place? Do I want to be a part of that? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. Leslin said Google is not rolling back, at least as far as I have seen yet. Yeah, I believe not. Google and Microsoft are keeping theirs, I think. I hope so. I sincerely hope so. Uh Marissa said, in permaculture, they say the problem is the solution. All this is scary, but it's also exciting to think about how much more ease Black women will have without IG. Listen, if that's not a word, how much more ease Black women will have without AG. And this is why I say we need our own platforms to connect, because I still want to be able to connect with you. I still want to be able to meet. I said earlier on this call, I have a mission of helping 5,000 Black women create more rest and fun in their lives and creating a lifestyle of rest and fun, a soft life at that. I want to be able to connect with you, and the internet is the way to do that. And I know that there are platforms that will still support us, even if it's our platforms. I'm going to find us. I am hell or high water determined to find us, and it opens up an opportunity for it to look different. I don't have an answer, and yeah, the problem is the solution. It's going to happen. We're going to figure it out. Tracy said, I literally deleted Discord this week. I've never really gotten into using Discord. So I get it. Leslin said, you mentioned that you were not sure how you will manage the new community. The VA will do the managing. Yes. Oh. When I say yes, I agree with that. I think what I was meaning about how we'll manage the community is like just understanding what I want it to look like. Do I want it to be a feed where I'm just posting things only from me? I want it to be a community where we can all post different things. So I want it to feel almost like a Facebook group, but in a different location. So I have a Mighty Networks community that I haven't been using because I just didn't know how I wanted to manage it. But I might be opening that up soon. I'm gonna have to talk to my business coach about that because I really do. I love that idea. Thank you, Leslin, for pointing that out. She's like, listen, You ain't got to go to nobody else's community. You got a community right now. You got one right here, right now. Listen, I received that. Yes. I already have a platform. I already have a way for us to connect. So I will start working on that, and I will make sure I have some answers to share that in the coming weeks. So that is definitely a thing. Thank you. Thank you. My baby is waking up. I'm listening, but I won't be replying anymore. So good to chat. Yay. And all the love to your baby. Hi, sweet baby. You got an amazing mama. I love her. She's great. I'm so glad that she's got a chance to join us. She's had a big heart for being active in this conversation, not just with us here, but how we are showing up in the world to say we're not going to be like walked over. Yes. All those blessings to the baby. Come on. I love it. Yes, we see you, girl. We see you, Tracy. Thank you. Marissa said, I don't have IG, Facebook, or threads. Being on people's actual email list has been very helpful. I love people being on my email list, and I love being on other people's emails list because that means that people, when I'm on your list, I want to receive content from you. It's not by accident. It's not that I accidentally come by your content by accidentally rolling through the feed. I want to receive your content. So yes, that's also another way. The only thing about email, I that allows me to send to you, but a lot of people don't reply back in emails. Like I sent out a survey a couple weeks ago and I said, does this part of this email feel good to you? What about this part? Like I literally asked this question. It was literally like choose the smiley, like the smiley or the meme face. I don't think I got that many responses. So there's also I want people to understand that email, even if I'm sending it out through a mailer light or um a MailChimp, I'm doing that because those are the laws. Like those are the ways I have to do it in order to be able to send those many emails out without being seen as spam. And yet, if you ever choose to reply, it comes directly to me. I see it. I respond. It is me. Like it's not a computer, it's not going into the ether. The emails that we send are availability to reply. So like another creator that I follow, she does human design. She had a question in her email and I responded and she was like, "Thank you so much for replying." Like y'all, if you don't know, like creators that send out emails, they love when you reply to their emails. They love it. Love it. Not just unsubscribe, but reply. If you're like, "Listen, girl, you sending me too many emails." I would love that feedback. I I only send one email a week, so I'd be like, so then if you don't want one email a week, what do you want? Or maybe is it that I need to send you something different? Maybe you've been looking for something different from this community, and I would love to hear that. Share, reply to the emails. Okay, I'm off that box, but I love that. Yes, being on people's email lists are a great way to be able to support their business and to stay connected. Because listen, creators have always said if these platforms decide that they get shut down or something else happens that we actually can't control and we don't have the transition time, the 3 months to decide, the only other way is to get on their website and then to get on their email list. That's what they own. That's the way that they can own their communication with you. So getting on their email list is a huge part of it. Thank you for bringing that up, Marissa. A really, really, really good point. Thank you. I love that. Thank you for the like, whoever did that. I appreciate it. That it helps us get this conversation because this is, y'all, we have such good conversations here. I love this. Thank you so much for joining me in this conversation. I love it so much. Oh, Michelle, how old is your little one? Tracy has a little one as well. So we always love the babies over here. We love it. We love it. So, y'all, can I just say I'm grateful for you? I think I say this every single week, but I will never stop telling you that because you deserve to hear that every single week that someone is grateful for you. Someone is looking forward to talking to you. Someone is looking forward to being in your presence, and that someone is me. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so honored where you come here. I'm honored when you come on the replay or when you come live. Either way, comments, all of it. I'm so grateful for you. So thank you. Thank you for coming today. I've been letting you know I'm really excited. I'm have a private live stream coming up that is going to be on February 19th. And I want to take this conversation to be even a little bit more intimate because I know we're still live, we're still open, we're out in a it's like having a conversation in a park. We're all sitting in a park in a circle, and there's still other people that can walk past and overhear or interject into this conversation. But there's an opportunity for us to do a deeper conversation live where we don't have to worry about that, where we could be real and raw and open and talking about this journey to quit being a strong Black woman and create our soft life in an even deeper capacity. I think there's a part of us that when we get into situations or when we have to deal with things like DEI or when we have to deal with these transitions that makes us feel behind. And I want us to know that we're not behind. I think we're in a beautiful place, and yet it's still hard. It's still hard as hell. And yet we're all here together creating this new this evolution that's coming. And so I want to talk about that in this live stream. I want to talk about if you've been feeling behind, let's talk about why you're not behind and how to help you start feeling different than what you feel now because you're doing amazing and there's more amazingness to come. And I want to be a part of that. And all of us as a community want to be a part of that. So if you're interested in joining that private live stream completely free, the website for that, let me go ahead and get it so I could put it in the chat for you. It's just you want to go ahead and sign up. So here's what I'm doing. If you're on my email list, I'm sending you an invite to get on this particular invite. Like in my email list, people, I'm saying, hey, this event is coming, but it's by event only. It's by invite only. You have to RSVP. I'm not si- I'm not sending the link to my open email list because I want to know who is actually interested. So if you are on my email list and you're like, oh, she's just going to send me an email, that's not how it's going to work. Okay. You have to sign up for this actual event so that I know that you're coming, so that I can make sure that I get you the link for it. So that it's going to be a private conversation. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it directly on Zoom. So yeah, this is not, if I don't do it on Zoom, it's going to be a private YouTube link that you're still only going to get by email. So um you're not going to be able to go onto my YouTube and see it and be like, "Oh, I'll just join that day." It's going to be private. Like I'm very intentionally making this a private conversation. I'm not going to harp on that anymore. So make sure that you sign up. The link is in the chat. Hopefully it came up as a hyperlink like it's supposed to. If not, go to meantformore.yourdreamstrategist.com. That's in my link in bio. It's in all the places, okay? So make sure you sign up for that. I'm really excited about this conversation. Thank you for that like as well. I'm very honored that we as a Black woman have space to have these conversations for us, not for everybody, for us. Um, so thank you for joining me in them. Thank you for choosing to be a part of it. Oh, your daughter is 19 months old. Beautiful. Tracy's baby is not that far. Tracy, because Tracy's just now going back to work. So actually he's like, oh, he should be like 3 or 4 months, I guess, at this point. But yes, Tracy has a beautiful little one as well. And I have a 6-year-old son. I love my littles so much. Yay for loving your littles. Come on. I love it. That's beautiful. I love it. And I love that you guys come on here and share. Thank you for sharing your life. Thank you for being a part of mine. Um, I think that's all my thoughts for today. So y'all, I appreciate you. I enjoy you. I will see you next week here on Friday at noon, just like we always do. Tell your friends, tell another Black woman who's looking for a community to be a part of just like this, okay? Um, come participate. We're happy to have you, let this be beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, all the littles, all the littles. We love the littles. My little munchkins my goddaughters will be home later, so that'll be fun too. So yeah, thank you ladies for joining me today. I will see you next week. If you're not on my email list, go to bio.yourdreamstrategist.com. The email list is all the way down at the bottom for you to subscribe that way. Okay. I enjoy you. Eat something good, wind down for the weekend, and I will see you next week. Okay. Yes, ladies, have a wonderful weekend. And don't forget, Marissa Price is live around 4. Thank you, Leslyn. Join Marissa Price today at 4 for another great conversation. Thank you so much for saying that. All right, ladies, have a great rest of your day. Yay! I'm so glad this lifted your spirits. I'm happy to hear that. Woo.